We're going to be looking into the CLI alongside Vue. In the two previous projects, we just imported or implemented Vue into our standard index.html page. But what we want to do now is we want to do something called scaffolding. So we want to use the CLI to actually create our project, but we also wanted to create the standard files and some already set up information. We'll go through that in the video, of course. But just go to cli.vuejs.org or search for Vue CLI and just go to this page here. And remember, we're going to be using the third one here, so CLI 3. Click Get Started, and if you want to go through this, just read through it, then you're welcome. I'm not going to go through any of it. I'm just going to quickly skip to the part called installation over here. Now again, we're using Vue CLI 3. It's an upgrade, of course, from the second one, from Vue CLI 2. And there's just some new features that I'll also be going through with how we can they actually created a UI for us to better install plugins and so on, but which I'll also show you. And the CLI that's up here is short for Command Line Interface. And you've all been using this down here. So for starting up your SaaS or things like this, or using your Git when you're uploading things to GitHub and so on. But we're going to be using that to actually start a project. And of course, it's also important that you have a place to put your projects. And I'm just going to use this one in here where I have my attendance and intro from the previous video. So I'm going to use my Vue-YouTube here to install all the new projects into. Right, so if you go here and just scroll down a little bit, and most of you will probably be using this because NPM is the Node version, so Node Package Manager and install, and the -G for global, so you can use it anywhere on your computer, and add Vue/CLI. So either copy this or type this in, and you can just do this and press enter. And for Mac users, you might want to do sudo in front, so it's going to prompt you for a password. So let's try this, and it's going to ask me, and yes, here's my password, and it's going to install the newest version of Vue here. This should take a few moments, not too long, and while it's doing that, we'll just look here. After it's done with installation, we have access to it. We can use the CLI and install a project to us. And just to make sure that we actually have it installed, we're just going to copy this down here, Vue space -s version, to make sure we have the newest version of it here. And if you want to go through this, that's cool. But the important part is if you just do this down here, and it says, in my case, it's 3.4. It might be different if you're going further along in the future, but make sure you have some number here and it at least recognizes that Vue is installed on your computer. If you have a number here, that indicates that Vue is installed correctly, and that's the first process of actually using the Vue CLI. Alright, in the next video we're going to create a project. See you there.